is John Galt? If you're hearing this question for the first time, you will probably assume he's some new Marvel character. He's not. He's neither a superhero nor a TikTok sensation. In fact, the question itself is more famous than the answer. Who is John Galt? The phrase comes from the novel Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. But here's the interesting part. People weren't asking the question because they expected an answer. Quite the opposite. When something didn't work, when things were falling apart, when no one knew why, they would simply say, "Who is John Galt?" In other words, it was the equivalent of saying, "Forget it. Who knows? What will be, will be." It became a meme of hopelessness. Then it turns out that John Galt actually exists, and he is the reason the brightest minds have disappeared from the system. In other words, he says, if everyone is going to benefit from what I create while punishing me for creating it, I'm not playing the game. This isn't about quitting your job and updating your LinkedIn status to open to work. This is about walking away from the entire system. Now comes the strangest part. When people asked, who is John Galt, they weren't really asking about a person. They were asking about an idea, because sometimes a name can be more powerful than a philosophy. But let's be honest, if John Galt were alive today, he'd probably delete his LinkedIn account, have 0 posts on Instagram, and his last seen on WhatsApp would read 2019. Because these days, you don't need to retreat to a cave to remain mysterious, you just need to delete your social media accounts. The most interesting part, though, is this. The novel's central question isn't really, who is John Galt? The real question is, should an individual live for society, or should society exist for the individual? And that question remains unanswered to this day. So the next time someone asks you, who is John Galt? Don't be too quick to answer. Maybe the point was never to find the answer. Maybe the point was to ask the right question. Or maybe we're taking all of this a little too seriously. After all, the universe is billions of years old, and we're still losing our sense of life's meaning whenever the Wi-Fi slows down. Maybe that's the real paradox after all. For more thought-provoking philosophical topics, reflective essays, and unique perspectives, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.